Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today we're going to draw Mr. Fantastic from Marvel Rivals. So let's get in there. He's going to have his arms sort of crossed in the middle here. He's got there to the top. Start drawing his hair in, so he's got like sort of choppy hair that comes over to the front. Let's start with the back, maybe put a dot about here, right? Then what we can do there is just bring the pen down, just a nice sort of curve down. Then in and out, sort of that chunky, sort of croppy sort of hair going in there. And then he's got, I guess like his ears about here. So I'm just gonna bring my pen around like that, bring it down with the earlobe ears at the bottom. There we go, got the ear in there. Bit of hair comes out of the base, sort of out from that ear there. Sort of comes along, sort of chunking out there. Then really he's kind of got just a bit of a line there for his neck. Let's go back over to the front, sort of get that done. So the hair sort of swoops over this way. So we'll just leave a little bit of a gap there. Sort of from here, we'll just sort of bring our pen out and back in and sort of continue sort of that wavy sort of hair, sort of as it sort of comes down to the front, sort of springs out now and again, almost like a little sort of arrow sort of look, sort of popping forwards there. Another little one going here, and in sort of that's like a slightly bigger one, and it kind of comes down to the fringe, so a few little bits sort of stick out, sort of got a little sort of chunky bits coming through there, maybe another little arrow bit there, and it kind of comes in a little bit and waves back as it sort of comes to the ear point. So to sort of show that, I'm just going to do a few sort of little squiggles like that. So we'll bring it down a bit because he's got a sort of like a big chunky beard going on. So I've got that down to about there, just a few little lines. Let's go back over to here and just draw sort of the edge of his eyes and cheekbone. So sort of the eye sort of area sort of here, come in there and bring your pen back out like that. Yeah, and then maybe just a little bit more. And then we'll just bring it sort of downwards. So a nice sort of swoop down, sort of chiseled sort of look on him. And now I've got that bit in, what I'm gonna do is sort of bring out the beard. So the beard's gonna come out around here, sort of down to about this point. So just go up a little bit more now and just come in and out a bit, sort of chunk it out there. The beard comes out and then sort of swoops inwards, sort of down this way like this. So I'm just gonna make it like sort of fairly neutral. Bring it back up to the ear area, sort of a few little chunks. You've got that sort of nice sort of chiseled sort of chin and beard going on there. Okay, now I've got that bit in. Let's look at the rest of his body. So let's start sort of drawing sort of the lower neck and the shoulders out. So the shoulders are gonna come out this way. So I'm gonna sort of continue sort of down sort of this way, sort of like his collar area. That's about there, right? And then what I can do from there, sort of draw a line in. Let's have a look, probably about here. Just pop a nice sort of line coming down this way there. And then let's go to this side here. His neck actually sort of comes down sort of, I guess sort of about sort of here. Sort of bring it in a little bit like that, sort of down there. Then we can draw the rest of the sort of the upper bit by the neck and then the shoulder area there. So what I'll do here, probably about this point, is just bring my pen out like that, and then just bring it out, sort of swooping out that way. Now I've got that bit, sort of that top area, I can kind of come out here with the sort of the shoulder boulders. So there's a bit of a line sort of at that point, kind of comes down here, so sort of grab my pen, just curve it around here, sort of the outer part of the shoulder. And then there's another little line there, sort of bring it in and around here. Now this side will kind of come out even further, so it kind of pops out sort of just at an angle there, then curve it around for the outer part of the shoulder, then we'll come inwards. We've got this sort of those outer parts of the shoulders are really wide going on there. Right, now what I might do is just get the outline done, sort of bring it out and inwards, and then we can sort of start working on the detail. So if I go maybe to this side, right, so this arm actually comes in this way. What I'll do is just draw sort of the torso area. So I'm going to come swoop down to about this point here. So just grab my pen there, swoop it down for the outer back area like that. And then it kind of sort of chips in a little bit. Nice little diagonal line there. And then the torso comes down this way. So I'm just going to bring a line down here. And then it just comes out a little bit at the hips. Then we're going to come down a little bit more and then just sort of let it peter out. A few little dots there. Makes it look pretty cool. Right, I've got there sort of that part there. Over here, I'm gonna bring it out even further. I'm gonna draw a line from about that point there. Just gonna draw a line to about here. So I'm just gonna sort of draw in like a little line that comes down to about that point there. Then I'm going to draw like the outer part of his sort of elbow area. So bring your pen out downwards like that. And actually here there's like a little loop on his costume. So what I'm going to do is just draw a nice sort of almost like a little sort of teardrop. Come in, bring it out and curve it around, sort of like the elbow area there. It's got a bit of sort of texture on it. Then we're going to come inward. So I'm just going to grab the pen there. And actually what I'll do, I guess it kind of comes inwards there, like the forearm comes in. What I might do is just continue that line up at a taper up to about there. And now I've got that in, let's go just where that little sort of dink comes in there, that sort of arrow part. I'm going to bring the pen in sort of here, just bring in where the torso would be, nice sort of line down there. And then what we're going to do is bring it out a little bit more where the hips are, and then we'll come downwards. And then again, we'll just sort of taper this out down there. Now it's looking pretty weird, but what we can do now is just work out sort of the folded arm area. And this can be quite tricky. So let's get the lower part of this arm done first. It'll start making a bit more sense, I think. So where the shoulder comes in here, let me grab my pen, just bring a nice little curve down here where the tricep is, back inwards and then into the arm area there. Now I'm going to come out here to sort of the elbow area. So what I'm going to do is we'll come down to about there first and then up to about this point. So from this line here, nice little curve down, and then we'll just sort of continue that upwards kind of this way, go up to that point there, and then what we'll do is we'll go even further up. So just grab your pen, just go upwards like that. Okay, so we've got these elbow areas coming in now. Now the hand area coming over is here, and that's quite a tricky bit. So before I do that, I'm going to try and work out exactly where I need to place my hands there coming in. So I've got this out part of the arm coming out and in there. So what I'll do is probably put a dot around about here-ish. What I can do with that is just bring my pen out and then bring it down where the forearm comes in. Wrist is about here, and I'm just going to bring it in a bit because he's got like his outer part of his costume. Now I'm just going to draw probably from about this point here, I'm just going to draw the other arm. So bring a line in here, up and then down to about there. Now it's starting to come together, right? Just going to draw the little fold of the arm, like this hand is coming in here. So all I need to do there is sort of come up here and around and inwards like that. And that kind of just gives the effect that his hand's coming down there. And then we've got the trickiest part, I would say now, just get those fingers in. So I think the hand will sort of come out from about this point. Just bring your pen up there, and actually it's sort of capped off a bit. So I'm just going to bring a nice little curved line down there, maybe another there. And then I can pop the fingers in. So there's little sort of knuckle guards on it. What I will do is just draw 1, 2, 3, 4 oblongs there. And then I can put the fingers in. So starting with the little finger here, just sort of come out downwards and kick it out a bit and around like that. And then just join in. Next one, from that point there, bring your pen out, down, around, curve and in. Okay, this one here, out, sort of curve down and around where the finger is there. And then the final one, so it comes out here, curve it around again and in. Quite a tricky bit. Go back and just watch it again if you need to, but I think that adds all the difference and detail there. Okay, I've got that main outline now, pretty happy with that. Let's go in and just fill in some of the details. Let's go up to the top. What I'm going to do is just cover in a bit of that ear area, so just pipe it a little bit, makes all the difference. A few little swoosh marks with the hair, just make it look a little bit more kind of dynamic going on around here. Now let's look at the nose area. So I think we need to come in about, let's have a look, about here. Sort of bring in a nice line, sort of curve it out there, and then just to bring a little kick in there. And then the sort of the under part of the nose sort of goes around there. Just draw a little dink in there just to show that his nose sort of coming around there where the nostril is. Now I've got that in, I'm just going to pop a couple of brows in. So he's got a brow out there, sort of bring it up like that, just a nice sort of filled in line, sort of taper it out. And on this side, probably sort of come in there and then just bring your pen out maybe just a couple of lines there, sort of thicken it up and down like that, okay? So it's fairly stern, but not like looking too cross. Okay, eyes, just under here, I'm just gonna draw a nice little curve, like oval, down and around. Same on the other side, just a nice little oval, just under that eyebrow like that. And then we can just draw, I think underneath it, just a couple more little ovals, just don't need to join it up, just to show it there. And then maybe just a couple of little lines sort of around that there. Okay, we've got the outer part of the eye done. What I will do now is just sort of fill in a little black bit for the pupil around there. And I think that's all I need to do, okay? A little bit of a cheekbone here, just a little hint of that. That's all we need. And then his lip, I guess it's probably about here. So we're just gonna draw like the lower part of the lip, all around that point there, maybe a little point there. And now we're gonna fill in the moustache around that, okay? So what I'm gonna do with that is just draw some nice little lines down like this, just above the lip as well. Just draw a few little lines in around that and then down this way too. So it just gives that hint of a moustache. Just under here, just a few little lines like that too. And then we can just fill it in here. It comes up a little bit, just fill it in there. So you see it's like coming together. Then what I'll do as well, just a few little marks there to sort of showcases a bit of a beard. Not too many, but just a few little markings. Looks really cool. Now we've sort of kind of got like, Mr. Fantastic's got that sort of tech suit. So he's got a collar coming around this way. So I'm just gonna join that up to the edge of his beard there. And then it kind of just comes down sort of this way. So I'm just gonna bring my pens downwards that way, sort of swoop it out a bit. I guess it sort of does the same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna draw another little line in there. Then there's like a little marking in the middle of it. So I'm just gonna draw a little line up there. Lots of little sort of tech little lines and things going on. Just gonna pop in around here, just a little sort of diagonal lines, and then just join that up either side there. Let's do the same on the other side. So sort of like almost like the opposite. Just little bits of sort of tech, a couple of little rectangles under there, fill them in. Bit of piping around this collar, so I'm just gonna bring a little line there and then just pipe around it like that. Okay, just sort of balances it. I guess there's like a little sort of square sort of thing going on in here, so I'm just gonna sort of populate that in there. Nice and loose kind of style here. Around here, I'm just gonna draw a little sort of curve in for the suit, so just sort of bring that around there. And then I guess it kind of comes in sort of this way too. So we're just going to go from that outer shoulder area, nice little line in and across. And then we're just going to go sort of downwards this way towards the hand like that. On this side, we're going to do a similar sort of thing. So we're going to come down sort of this way, just bring your pen down like that. And then it kind of pops out and sort of downwards there. A little bit of a hint sort of here, just a couple of little curves where the sort of the pecs will be, and it kind of comes down that way too. Now I've got that in, let's just sort of base around that. So I'm just gonna draw a nice little curve in there. And on this side, I'm gonna draw a nice little curve here, just sort of bring it in sort of that way there. This kind of comes out, just a nice bit of detail now. Bring it down towards the arm again, maybe a little kick up there. A couple of little lines, just pop some tech lines in. You don't have to follow this exactly. It's just quite nice, just to give it a little bit of detail around here, right? There's a little sort of band around his arm, so I'm just gonna kind of draw a couple of little curves there. Bring him in either side like that. And then we'll just sort of band it around. So just bring it around that arm there, bring it into the thumb area there. And there's actually a little bit that sort of kicks out here. I'm just gonna bring that out, almost like a little square comes out from it. Just gonna color that in. So it's nice to have a little bit of sort of inking going on, I guess. On this side, just a couple of little lines. Let's just make it easy for ourselves. Just a few little hints of things going on. We've got this oval bit here. I'm just gonna draw a little curve in it. And then from that, I'm gonna swoosh up into the center part of the arm. Another part here, sort of swoosh it up, adds to the sort of dynamic look of the arm. Maybe a couple of little lines in there, just a little bit of a band. It's got, like on the forearm, just a bit of detail, so I'm just gonna kind of just draw around that and in, bring it inwards where this this little gap here is, and we'll just join that up. Again, there's a couple of little lines. Actually, in the hand bit here, I'm just going to draw a little oval there where it comes down and draw another little bit of inking, kind of balances that up a little bit there. Maybe a little sort of rectangle there. There's maybe a little bit of kind of piping going on. And then he's got a similar sort of thing on the outer part of the arm here. So it actually starts on this part of the arm. I'm just going to draw a nice little band there. And then really from here, I'm just going to draw a curve down towards the elbow, up there and around. And a couple of little sort of tech lines in there. And again, you can pop them in if you want to. Okay. I think I'm happy with like how that's looking. Let's just work down to here. Just draw a few little lines in before we finish up. I'm gonna come down sort of this point. So I'm just gonna draw a couple of little lines coming in, maybe a couple of little lines coming in here so the waist comes down. Maybe it's almost like a couple of like little sort of rectangular parts that pop out from that, sort of taper out of the edges. So just bring those in there. Then there's a couple of little bits, sort of a couple of little diagonals there. Just bring them in like that, up towards the suit there. Again, just be quite loose. Just have a nice little idea of sort of muscles and bits in the tech suit. This can kind of pinch down a little bit too. You know, a couple of little swooshy lines. Just gives that a nice sort of hint. This sort of part, this sort of part here where it comes out, we can pop on this side too. So a couple of little lines like that. Bring it in to the edge, kind of like rounds it off a little bit. And then there's almost like a little bit of, it's almost like a little sort of tech muscle going on here. So I'm just going to give a little hint of that going on. Then I think there's just a little band up near the back. And then I think I'm pretty done. There's a little bit of hatching I think I just want to add, just a little bit under the beard where the shadow would be, a bit there. I think just under here there's probably going to be a little bit, so just sort of bring your pen down, just a nice little bit of hatching around the under part there, and probably in this point here, so just pop a bit right in the middle of that sort of crease there, and we'll just sort of taper up from that, so it just gives a hint that we're thinking about, you know, where the sort of shadows are, things like that. Right, what I will just do is on the suit area, just sort of beef it up ever so slightly. So just draw a little bit around the outline part of it. So we've got a nice outer outline. It just enhances the look and feel. You don't need to 100% like join it up, but I think it just makes sense when we've got so much detail, just to add a little bit of oomph to the outer. It sort of distinguishes the outer part to the tech suit. You see like it's sort of starting to come together here now. And those arms in there, just join them up like this, just go right around the edges of the outside. Nicely sort of just beef him up even more than he already is. With that suit, maybe the arm as well, just along here. Just helps distinguish the arms and the elbows, the crossed arms. It's quite fun drawing these characters from Marvel. They're really nicely sort of stylized. Kind of quite loose drawings from Marvel Rivals. I quite like that. It's quite fun to do. Just go around the head a little bit. Just fill it in ever so slightly. Sort of beef up what we've got. Go around there, just kick the hair out a little bit more. Around these points. Just fill the nose area in, the cheekbone, and around the beard area as well. Just make it, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And it just adds that extra sort of beef and it makes the tech part work really well on its own. So there we go, I'm not going to touch anymore. I kind of want to do a little bit more, just a little bit sort of in here, around this point. Just a few little swooshes. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy. So that's Mr. Fantastic from Marvel Rivals. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who to draw next. And we'll see you soon on Art Draw. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.